ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ Today we're going to talk about the 16th pauri of Japji Sahib. After talking about sunna and manna, there are three phrases in Punjabi we say sunnan mannan nityasan. Those who listen, who are attentive, those who are able to go beyond the mind, but the third are those who practice it. Those who practically live what they know. And these are what we call as the honorable ones. Panch. The word panch is used for sresht. Panchayat jiਵੇਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ. Those who are the honorable ones who have known the truth and not only kept it with themselves, they have distributed this to other people also. Guru Sahib starts the pauri with saying, Panch Parvan, ऐसे इंसान, ऐसे लोग जिन्हां ने जिंदगी ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਪਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੀਵਿਆ, those who lived every moment in awareness, they discovered a lot of truths about life. They went beyond the mind's desires and the tormenting of the mind. They were able to know the truth of life, and they are very rare people. But we are not supposed to recognize them from just an external attire. They may never come about highlighting themselves. We have to be inspired by their deeds. Guru Sahib says, Panch Parvan, Panch Pradhan, Pancheh Pave Dargah Man. These are the people. These are the leaders. These are the spiritual beings who have inspired every being on this planet, in every society, in different religions, in different philosophies. And they are the ones who, he says, are honored even in the dargah, in the house of God, which is right inside us, inside everyone. पंचै सोहै दर राजान पंचा का गुर एक ध्यान. They are the ones who have one guru in their mind. They don't divide people. They may come about in different religions, in different societies, but actually their purpose is only one. We call them as messengers. They have come with a message, and that message is common to everyone. For everyone. Those messages are included in holy scriptures, in different philosophies, and passed on to generations. But a lot of things happen when the messages are passed on. I remember playing this game we called as the Chinese Whisper. ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ, one person would have to say something in the ears of another person, and that person would have to say the same sentence in the third, fourth, fifth, sixth person. And by the end, the person who has said the first sentence and the person who has received, in the end, something would have gone missing. The same sentence would have changed in some way or the other, and the message was never the same. Now imagine if the language differs, if the person who has said it in the beginning just said it by living it, and we were supposed to convert that into written language. Jeko kahe kare vichar, karte ke karne nahi shumar. If somebody sits down and thinks and contemplates on everything that has been done, every lesson in spirituality, it'll never come to an end. And if you sit down to be able to wonder about the creation and be awe of everything that has been created for us, even that doesn't come to an end. Jeko kahe kare vichar, karte ke karne nahi shumar. ਅਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਵੇਖ ਕੇ ਸਿਰਫ ਦਗ ਰਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਵਾਹ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਪਰ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਅੰਤ ਤੇ ਕਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਾਇਆ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਨਾ. ਬਟ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ somehow there are some people who discovered something and they wanted to pass on the message, and sometimes the message is misinterpreted or not the complete message is gone. For example, there was a belief in the olden times that this whole earth is carried upon the horns of an ox. Actually, maybe the ones who originally wanted to say, they said it as a metaphor. Like, ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਧਰਤੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਬਲਦ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਉੱਤੇ ਚੁੱਕੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਉਹ ਔਕਸ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ. It was a philosophical thing. As Guru Sahib says, ਤੌਲ ਧਰਮ ਦਇਆ ਕਾ ਪੂਤ. ਉਹ ਤੌਲ ਪਤਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ? You know what is that ox? That ox is the dharma, is the spirituality which is actually holding this whole earth on its horns. So the metaphor was the ox is spirituality, which is born out of love among all of us. Every spiritual message, every religion, every good philosophy is born out of love. That brotherhood, that civilization that we actually have among all of us is the root cause is what? We want to love each other and we want to live with each other in happiness. That's the base, right? We want to protect each other. We want to have joyous time, a joyous journey while we are alive. So that is the basis of everything. And what it gives rise to, he says, Tol, Taram, Daya ka put, Daya da putter hai. Santok thap rakhya jinsut. And what is born out of that is contentment, is peace. Imagine spirituality is born out of love, and love gives rise to peace and contentment. Then nobody fights with anyone. Then there is no jealousy. There are no wars. So that was the whole philosophy. Now, if somebody mistook this message and thought there is actually an ox under the earth, and they passed on that message. And they said they actually, when the earthquake comes, it is because the ox shifts it gets tired. It's one of its horns gets tired. So when it tilts, there is an earthquake. This is what people in the olden times believed. Guru Nanak Patsha here very gently tries to explain this philosophy to us. He says, Tol taram daya ka poot, santok tha prakya jinsud, jeko bujay hove sacyar. Now think about it. It is not physically that there is an ox under the earth. He said this was a very philosophical thing, but people misunderstood it and started building their own imagination and thinking that there is an ox under the earth. Then he gives a very logical questioning. He says, Jeko bujeo ves charta vle upar kita par. You know how big is this earth? He says that ox would have to be bigger than the earth because it's carrying the load of this whole planet on its horns. How is that possible? Then he gives another idea. Then he questions some more, logically, making us think. He says, Tarti hor pare hor hor. There are many other planets. There are many other earths. So if this ox is holding the earth, it must be standing on another earth. And there must be another ox under it. Then what? Then where does it come to an end? Where is the ox standing and which is the ox holding other earths? Tarti hor pare hor hor, tiste par tale kavan zor. He leaves the question there. He's telling us that a lot of things are philosophical. We don't have to take them literally. He says, when we talk about God or when we talk about creation, he says, Ji jaat ranga ke naam, sabna likhya vadi kalam. It was also a belief that the Creator has hired a person to write down each and everything that is being born, is created. He says, let me tell you that even this is a very philosophical thing. Instead of going to search for that pen with which it is written, see that everything that is being created with a force, and that force is the pen that they tried to explain to us. Sabna likhya wudi kalam. ए लेखा लिख जाने कोई लेखा लिख्यों केता होए. How many billions of years have passed? Where would you write all that account? He says, it's not the pen or the paper that you're supposed to imagine. You're supposed to see this whole creation and the unseen pen writing this creation as we go along. Keta taan swalyo roop, keti daat jane kaun koot. That's why Guru Sahib never gives us anything concrete about the creation, about the existence. He only says what we are supposed to do is only be in awe of the creation. He says, Keta taan swalyo roop, keti daat jane kaun koot. How can I know how much has been given? Kita pasao eko kwao tiste hoye lakh daryao. They say in the beginning there was only sound. He says, yeah, probably. From that sound there were hundreds and thousands of rivers that flowed. So much was given. He's not going into counting. He's just saying, yes, if you believe that, again, nobody has seen. He'll come and explain that to us later. Kudrat kavan kaha vichar. He says, Meri ki paya. Meri ki taakat. Kudrat here means taakat. What is my might that I should be able to say this is exactly how it happened, or this is how much has been created? All I can do is Varena Jama ek var. मैं अपने आप ਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਕੁਦਰਤ ਤੋਂ ਵਾਰੇ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਵਾਂ. ਇੰਨੀ ਬਣਾਈ ਹੈ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਕੁਦਰਤ. All I can do is I can just be awe of this. ਜੋ ਤੁਧ ਭਾਵ ਹੈ ਸਾਈ ਭਲੀ ਕਾਰ. Whatever you have created is amazingly beautiful. We all need to learn how to adjust ourselves to this creation. And we have how we're supposed to do it, because all of us are going to perish one day. The only one that is going to remain is the force that is among this whole creativity, this whole creation. And that is, Guru Sahib says, Tu sada salamat nirankar. In the next 3 verses, he is going to give us the counting. The counting of the good, the counting of the bad. But in the end, all he will say is, we need to keep in mind only one thing. We need to learn how to be in awe of this creation, not be judgmental. And he will teach us how to do that in the coming 3 verses. So stay with me. Thank you so much for listening, ji. Apologies for the mistakes. Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.